I'm excited to finally tell this story. I've been waiting a very long time to tell this. A couple things before I start. Shout out Royal Stoners. He tells insane story videos just like me. Link to his videos will be in the description. And I want you guys to follow my Instagram, dankity_spankity. Today I'm talking about a very important experience. It's probably the most significant experiences of my entire life. This trip changed my life forever, and it's kind of hard to describe it. I wish I told it right after it happened. The story would probably be a lot better, and I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of things that I can't remember or put into words. This story takes place August 2021. The setting was my room and my backyard. Back then, I had these mushroom chocolate bars, and at this point, I had done mushrooms about 8 times in my life. And I had the chocolate bar a couple times before this, and I never needed a lot. I always microdosed. And that had gotten me where I wanted to be. It was never anything intense. Like, I never got visuals at these low doses. It was more of a mental thought experience. There was a little bit of body high, and I would have some visual distortions, such as things being brighter and more HD. And I would have this big euphoria going on. I was buzzing like a cell phone. And also, I was having weird shroom thoughts and some epiphanies and realizations, but nothing was like this experience. It was so crazy. And what was even crazier was that I barely had eaten any. I don't know if it was just my state of mind or the food that I had eaten, my tolerance, or if the universe just lined up just right for me to have such an insightful experience, but something in the universe hit just right. This was such a deep experience because I did a lot of inner work, and taking these mushrooms was like reaping all the benefits of the work I did. So on this day, I had taken them early in the morning around 9 a.m. and I took 0.075 milligrams. The whole chocolate bar was 1.2 grams, so I had 1/16th, and I don't know if it was my fast metabolism or what, but whenever I take mushrooms, I end up feeling them within 20 minutes. And I remember I was just sitting in my room waiting for them to hit. I remember I was listening to some good music. I had gotten into a really good vibe. I remember I felt euphoric, and the music made me feel more euphoric, but it wasn't super euphoric, and there was this warmth to it. It felt like love and like happiness, and I started off the trip very happy. And soon I started to feel like I was almost glowing. I was having all these super positive thoughts and feelings, and I just felt so good about everything, and the negative feelings and thoughts I had most of my life had turned into realizations of my capabilities. Like, I felt who I really am in my rawest form. It was like all this information instantly downloaded into my brain. I felt like myself so much. I was having a lot of self-acceptance and a lot of self-love, and it wasn't just thoughts, it was one of the most extreme feelings I ever had in my entire life. I had lost these barriers of self-doubt that I had my entire life, and I had this new level of thinking where I accepted myself as who I am, and I really knew who I was. Like, I kinda always have. That's why I say this trip was like reaping all the benefits of all the inner work I've done most of my life. This trip made me see myself in a whole new light. It basically cured my depression and anxiety that I had for 7 years, and I never felt that way again. Like, I've felt depression and pain and sadness since then, but I was really able to get past that lower level of thinking towards myself that I had been in my whole life. And I was really able to envision like the next chapters of my life. It felt like a renewing. Before this mushroom trip, ever since I was in like 8th grade, I felt this pull to go to college. I've always wanted to help people, however that might be, whether it's going to college to get a degree or doing something on YouTube. I still don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. Basically, the whole thing of this mushroom experience that I had was that I realized that I have so many opportunities and that I'm capable of so much. And it was like a big awakening for me because I lived in self-doubt for a very long time. And this trip was like I had a peek into who I could really be. And a lot of it was just accepting myself for who I am. And for the last 3 years, I've applied what I learned from that trip to my life. And it's been good because of that. It's been a very healing and freeing experience. And it's so much more insane and intense than I could ever describe in a video. And I'm glad to say I've been doing a lot better than I've ever been doing as of this point now. And I couldn't be happier with who I've become. I'm healing, I'm thriving, and I've got a lot planned for 2024. I got a lot more videos planned in the future, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.